After watching the video a couple times, I think I get the idea. I take it it's because of my background in idol dancing, and it'd be like this fun idea to make something really cool and like strong into something a bit more cute and friendly. Isn't just me, but when I was watching the reference video, I noticed that he sticks his tongue out a lot. I'm assuming that I'm not gonna have to like dance like, you know, something like this. Maybe we should just put in like the finished video right here. Just because I know some people might want to see how that looks like and move on with their day. I feel like the process might definitely bore a lot of people.
Here's a jam for all the fellas.
First step in the video looks like a jump 2-step, and I actually got some ideas when I was watching the video for the first time. I mean, there's like a lot of idol steps that are like a variation of this step where your heels like don't touch the ground, so I'll show how it looks like when it touches the ground and how it looks when it doesn't touch the ground. It's something like this. And then you want to use your hands too, so maybe like something like if you don't want your heels to touch the ground, you'll see this in like a couple like idol dances too. If we speed that up a bit, then maybe it can look similar. When I was first taught this one, I was told to like think of it as a very fancy gallop, sort of like you know, you're just like on a horse. Okay, I'm a pretty awful teacher in this video, but I promise I'll be a lot better if we ever like make a tutorial or something. This next step reminds me of the first one, except instead of stepping forward, you're sort of stepping behind you. Okay, I have a move for this one, and I'll be really surprised if anyone recognizes this from a dance that I had to learn 12 years ago. But it went something like this. If anyone recognizes this, please say it in the comments. This next one, our friend who's asking us to make this video actually taught us how to do this step. For this one, I don't think that there's any idol dance that comes to mind. Okay, we're gonna have to get really creative with this one. The hardest thing about like idol dance isn't really about like really complicated steps, but it's always been more about, you know, trying to convey emotions, and I'm stalling as I try to think of what I could do here. Okay, so this last one's like completely made up by me, but hopefully it looks similar enough and it has like enough of that idol feeling. It would go something like and then you could repeat it the other way, so it would look okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm thinking we could use a step that was used a lot in like live stage performances. You don't really see this step a lot these days just because it's like kind of risky. There's a risk of like dropping your mic that you have just because, you know, if you're live stage performing, one of your hands is dedicated to holding a mic. But yeah, this step looks something like this. It's a very good way of like conveying, you know, like taking everyone's cheers and support and just like bringing it to you. So you're sort of like reaching out and gathering it all. But you can also use this step for like, you know, just giving back to all your fans and everyone supporting you. So, you know, you could just like spread it out instead by doing this. This step actually traumatized me in some ways, just because one of our members, she had a mic in her hands, and as she was doing it, she was passing it to her other hand, and it actually slipped and it fell on the floor. But here's a little tip for me, for those of you watching this video that might want to use this step. Use the whole length of the mic's handle and make sure you either hold it really high up or really low, so when you're transitioning to your next hand, you can grab it without overlapping your hands together. So it's like you're holding at the very bottom and you're just gonna go ahead and reach and you're gonna grab the top. Okay, this last one's pretty easy just because I like planned it since the beginning. I'm thinking here the best one to put would be like our traditional idol step. So it would look something like simple enough, right? But I'm assuming that a lot of the people who might watch this video would be pretty familiar with like overseas idol performances. Okay, wait, I feel like I cheated just because I planned that one out from the very beginning. So I'll give you a couple different variations that I guess also fit pretty well for that like breakdance step. But it would look something like this. I think that's it, right? I think we got all of them. These dance videos are really popular with young people these days, right? And I mean, I'm not much of a streamer, but maybe it'd be fun to show everything I learned from like years ago. And maybe I can share a lot of my stories too. If you like that idea or this video, please let me know. And who knows, maybe I might see you all in my first stream. We're coming out of retirement! Or something like that.